Hello guys, hope you're all doing okay. Today I'm back with another highly requested video, which is starter Pokemon spawn locations in Cobblemon. In this video I'm going to be showing you the biomes that you can catch yourself a starter, as well as crunching the numbers and finding the optimal locations for each starter. I highly recommend that you watch my other videos to learn more about the mechanics behind Pokemon spawning in Cobblemon, but to give you a sort of rough idea, all of the percentages that I'll be showing on your screen correspond to the probability that a Pokemon will spawn in your area if there is space for it to do so. Although they can look ugly, platforms are the best way to optimize Pokemon spawns at the moment, as they group all spawning Pokemon onto one flat space, which makes them easier to see and therefore easier to catch, knock out, or kill. Eliminating unwanted Pokemon is important for all of the platforms that I'm about to show, as the likelihood of a Pokemon spawn event happening increases when there are less Pokemon in your area, so it's highly recommended to be running around your platform and taking care of Pokemon with either Pokeballs or a sword. I recommend you make these platforms out of either dirt, netherrack, or grass. At the moment, your platforms don't need to be any further than around 16 blocks or so off the highest ground point. This is because Pokemon only spawn around your Y level. In this video, I haven't fully built most of the platforms that I'm showing, but you're encouraged to build your platforms as large as possible to give yourself the best possible chance of Pokemon spawning. I also forgot to mention in my last video that it's totally fine and encouraged to light up your platform with torches so that you're not being distracted by monsters in the night, and this doesn't impact Pokemon spawns. With all that being said, I'm not going to try and avoid the fact that starter Pokemon are incredibly rare, and if they were more common, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. Every starter is in Cobblemon's ultra rare bucket, meaning that the best possible chance any starter can have of spawning is around 0.1%, which also happens to be the percentage of people that watch my videos who have subscribed. Anyways, although the chance of finding the Pokemon you're looking for is below 1 in 1,000, hopefully this video can help you find them a little faster. Some Pokemon spawn in multiple biomes, and some biomes have multiple starters that spawn there, so I'll try showing as many spots as possible. All of the information I share in this video is thanks to a few official Cobblemon documents, as well as the Cobblemon source code, which is open source, and I'll link all of that in the description. You can also find my Discord server in the description, and whilst you're in that area, please drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Throughout the video, I will overlay the Pokemon that spawn in my current area on your screen, and I will also give them a star icon if I think I'm in the best possible location for you to acquire that Pokemon for yourself. Although the differences can be minuscule, having the best mathematical chance of getting the starter that you want can't be a bad thing. Starting on quite a sad note, we have 4 grass-type Pokemon and Litten all grouped into one biome. They were all squashed into the jungle biome, and therefore they each have the lowest chance out of any starter at around 0.016%. Just a note for the jungle, make sure you build your platform well above the trees so that no Pokemon can be spawning on the branches. And sadly, this is the only place that these 5 Pokemon spawn, so it has to be the best spot for them, even though they have a very, very low chance. Moving on to some more grass types, we have the forest biome, which holds Turtwig and Chespin, which is pretty self-explanatory for the leaf Pokemon and the nut Pokemon. This is the best spot to find both of these Pokemon at around a 0.03% chance. However, if you branch out, this platform into a flower forest biome, then you will also get the chance for Chikorita. Chikorita is not yet in the game as it is a Gen 2 starter. However, it's on the spreadsheet already as spawning in floral biomes such as the flower forest. And as far as I can figure out, this is the best place for Chikorita to spawn. This will also spawn Turtwig and Chespin just like a regular forest, but slightly lowering the chance, so all of them come in at around 0.02%. And finally, for the grass Pokemon, we have Rowlet's line, which spawns in taiga biomes that are not snowy. Since this is the only starter line that spawns in this biome, they actually have a really high chance of 0.05%. Moving on now to some fire types, and I'm here in a Sunflower Plains biome. Now you can build this platform in Sunflower Plains and regular plains. You can even overlap the two because it's quite hard to find a Sunflower Plains that's very big. They're quite patchy, as you can see down there. And the reason I mentioned Sunflower Plains is because, as well as these 3 fire Pokemon, you can also have a chance of Chikorita spawning in a Sunflower Plains. So I would definitely recommend mixing this platform, if you can, Plains with Sunflower Plains. But these guys currently have a 0.025% chance for their lines to spawn, which will go down to around 0.02 when Chikorita is added. Now, heading to the desert biome, which you might recognize from my latest video for spawning Sigilyph, you will be able to find Fennekin here, which is very apt for the desert fox Pokemon. Similarly to Rowlet, it is the only starter that spawns in this biome, so it is around a 0.05% chance. And once again, in a similar way, Scorbunny is the only starter Pokemon that spawns in the Savannah biome, meaning that they also have a relatively high 0.05% chance of spawning in this biome. Now, moving on to some water types, and this time I actually have a few different variants to show you. So, this is a river biome that I'm on top of. I found quite a large area here, which made it quite easy to make a squarish platform. And this regular platform in the river biome will give Sobble, Squirtle, and Froakie around just under 0.03% chance of spawning. However, these starters also have a secondary spawn condition, which is called submerged. And you can achieve this by building a 3 deep water container and make sure to slab off the walls so they're unspawnable. And if you make this as big as this platform, then your chances for these starters will go up to around just over 0.03%. This probably isn't worth it in this biome for such a small increase, but it will be worth it later in the video. Moving on now, I'm in a swamp biome and it sees the return of Froakie and Sobble. And the regular swamp in clear weather gives these guys their best chance of spawning at around 0.03%. However, they just committed Mudkip genocide. However, the Pokemon that is able to spawn here when it is raining is Mudkip, so Mudkip gets added to the other 2 for a slightly reduced chance. The optimal condition for all 3 of these Pokemon in any weather is this 3 deep water container. And once again, make sure to slab off these walls and make it much larger. We are halfway through the water Pokemon, and for the next ones I bring you to a beach biome. And this is for Oshawott and Popplio lines. Once again, like all water Pokemon, there are 2 conditions. On the regular platform, they have around a 0.03% chance of spawning. However, in the submerged container, they each have around a 0.05% chance, so nearly twice more likely. And to the final water type, if you couldn't figure it out by now, it is Piplup. So we're in a frozen ocean biome, and once again there are 2 methods of spawning Piplup, and this time this one is twice as efficient as the regular platform. The regular platform is around 0.05%. However, the 3 deep container submerged method is the whole 0.1%. So this is the joint highest chance starter Pokemon you can get to spawn in your world. Just make sure if you're making this in the sky to use torches to keep the water from becoming ice. Although in this biome you could really potentially just use the ocean itself and try and get rid of as much of this ice as possible. For the last 3 Pokemon, we're going to need to head to the Nether Roof. All you need for this is ladders, an Ender Pearl, and 10 obsidian and a flint and steel to remake your portal. And I will show you this in survival. So first we need to find a bedrock in the nether ceiling at level 127, Y level 127, which you can see in targeted block. Then place the ladders going up to it. Hold space and W going up the ladder, then throw an ender pearl and keep holding, and then you'll just pop out on top. And you can use the blocks you mined on the way up to help you rebuild your nether portal, which is your only way off the nether roof. But we're going to want to stay here for a little while because we need to find these Pokemon, and you can do that in the Crimson Forest biome. Now you'll need to use your F3 menu and check the biome part to see which biome you're in. But try and build a platform as close as possible to the Crimson Forest, and you will have a 0.05% chance of Tepig and Chimchar line starters. You can build these platforms out of dirt. I prefer netherrack, it fits the vibe better. And the final Pokemon I have to show you in this video is of course Charmander. And Charmander, if you are in the Basalt Deltas biome, will spawn at a 0.1% chance, which is the joint highest of any of the starters and any ultra rare bucket Pokemon. Once again, that is all for this video. I hope that this has helped you at least a little bit in finding some of these starter Pokemon that are very tricky to find and very rare indeed. If you find one, you have been very lucky. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.